Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Wednesday. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 1.20.40.22 beta and preview for the Bedrock Edition. This beta and preview has a relatively small number of changes, but quite a few technical changes we will scroll through and see what's up with. So let's go ahead and get right into it. For the very first change, it had to do with signs. So the way you can edit signs now is, I'm sure you all know that you can edit signs now, but the issue is there was a way where if you jittered and you clicked like here, you could edit the back of the sign. As you can see, there's nothing on the back of the sign. It seems like they made the hitbox of the sign a little bit larger so that you can't accidentally get behind it when it's on a block like this anymore. But if you stand like this, you can still get behind it. Now, from this point of view, I understand that. From this, I'm not sure how exactly we're supposed to be able to do it. But like right here, sometimes you get on the front, sometimes you get on the back. The issue is that they clicked like right up in this corner and they'd get on the back. So they did fix it in that sense, but you can still get onto the back if you click properly from the front, like this way for sure. But yeah, it's a little buggy, but overall it works properly. Now, going into survival mode, there was a, Mojang put it, 0.000003% chance that you could cause item frames to not drop their items when hit or destroyed. Now, I personally never once had this happen to me, but it could happen, I guess. And yeah, I'm not having any issues with it. I'm getting all my items, but I guess it could happen. If it happened to you, let me know down in the comments below, because I'd be really curious to know if it actually happened to anybody. Because this doesn't even have a bug report, meaning that it doesn't seem to have happened to anybody that noticed and actually reported it. So I'd really love to know if somebody actually had this one occur. For the third change, they fixed a bug where closing the game while having a portfolio open resulted in a crash. Now, this is referring to the Education Edition, so I'm not entirely sure what a portfolio is even, or how that works with Education Edition, but if you did have issues with that, it has been fixed, and you should no longer have any issues. Now, under game rules, they changed the default game rule of respawn radius to 10. Now, some of you are probably looking at me going, Mr. Gaming Aquatic, what in the world is respawn radius? Well, in settings, if you scroll down in game settings, respawn radius is right here. By default, it has always been 5. Normally, I set it to 0. Why? I don't know. I just like it at 0. I like spawning on the bed. But just because your radius is at 5, or now by default it will be 10 from now on, that does not mean that you're going to spawn just anywhere within 10 blocks of your bed. It means that if your bed is covered, you can spawn like farther out from it, up to 10 blocks away, I believe. So yeah, I always set it to 0 because I just like spawning right on top of the bed, but pretty much it is right here. It's normally by default 5. From now on, it will by default be set to 10 though, so that is a change Mojang has made. Alright, this next one is actually really hard for me to test, but I am really excited. Goat horns. You love them, I love them, we all love them. But the issue is the sound in Java. You know, you could blow a goat horn and someone could hear it like 300 blocks away. That didn't happen in Bedrock, and it was really annoying. Well, now you should be able to hear goat horns up to 256 blocks away. If you remember when blowing a goat horn, you would blow it, and if you walked like 5 blocks away, it'd be quiet. Theoretically, if I blow this goat horn and then do /TP at S, let's just go up by, how about 200 blocks? If we can still hear it all the way up there, then we know it works. Which one of these is the loudest? Seek. I still hear it when I'm all the way up here, so it does work. Let's see if I hear it with like a weaker goat horn. Oh yeah, so 100% in conclusion, this change works. You can hear these goat horns from well over 200 blocks away. Amazing change. Very glad that Mojang is finally doing this, because for a long time there, goat horns were pretty useless. You couldn't hear them from anywhere, and it was so annoying. But yeah, you can hear them from well over 200 blocks away now, which is the way it's supposed to be. Alright everybody, so the next three changes have to do with camels. There were some issues with the way they were walking. Previously, when a camel was walking, it looked like it was just sliding across the floor. As of right now, I do see the legs moving. It does appear to be moving. Another way we can test this is by grabbing some cactus and just seeing how it follows. As you can see here, the camel is actually taking steps and walking. It looks good. The second issue was when the camel was standing still, its legs were moving, which didn't make any sense because the camel was standing still and shouldn't have been moving, period. And it does appear to be that way when the camel stands still. Now, of course, it does slide when you turn like this, but all Minecraft mobs do that. Don't make a big deal of that, guys. That's the way it's supposed to work. Okay? And finally, camels will no longer dash indefinitely when in lava. Now, last week there was a change with camels and lava, and it worked perfectly fine, so I think it's really weird that we're doing it again, but okay, let's go ahead and test it. Yeah, camels don't dash in lava, so I'm going to say that was fixed. They definitely don't indefinitely dash in lava. You know why? They don't dash in lava at all. Moving on. When auto-completing text, it will now move the little cursor, or as they call it, the caret, to the end of the line. Now, I'm not even sure how to auto-complete text in Minecraft. Oh, I know what it means. So I can do /game, and then if I hit tab, it'll fill it in the rest of the way. It does move it to the end, so I can then start again. So now I can hit survive, but now instead of just finishing that, if I hit tab, it'll finish it. And that's always been a thing, but I guess the cursor wasn't moving all the way to the end of the word. Personally, I didn't notice any issues last week or earlier today when I was doing this, but okay, apparently it is an issue. It does work. Moving on, these next ones have to do with golems. So if we go ahead and grab these resources on out, make a little 2x2 area for our snowy boy. Snow golems and iron golems now have crumbling like particle effects when created. As you can see there, when I put on the pumpkin, a bunch of particles appear like it's breaking. Kind of like a bunch of crumbs, realistically. And moving on to test the iron golems. Why can't I place that pumpkin? Move your big head. There you go. And then I'm actually going to make a little bit more room so that I can hopefully spawn in 2 more. Yeah, so as you see, they make that very crumbly effect as if they're falling apart, or like crumbs as I call it. Next up, the flowing lava and water mixing mechanics now match Java. Let's go ahead and make a cobblestone generator real quick, because I'm really curious as to what the issue was. Yeah, so I'm not really sure how this matches Java now, because this is the exact same way it worked previously. But yeah, apparently this now matches Java better than it did before. What was wrong with it? I haven't the faintest clue, but it does match now. I can confirm. Moving on to the final change, witches will now try to throw potions at players within 16 blocks. So they're not going to try and run right up to you. So in order to test this, what are we going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're going to put the witch on this block here. Now, the witch might not be able to throw it over the fence, so we may have to make a bit of a different setup. But let's go into survival and just kind of see what happens here. Oh? Okay, what if I'm all the way out here? You're gonna drink speed, okay. Are you gonna try and throw something at me, though? Is it because I'm currently poisoned? Is that what the issue is? Normally, I'd expect it to be throwing some instant damage at me right now, though. Oh, okay. That was only 8 blocks away, though, so, like... Because, like, here I am, definitely over 8 blocks away. This is, like, 16 right here. Okay. Again, there's that new death screen that came out in yesterday's update. But yeah, really weird with this witch here, because I'd expect her to be shooting at me, trying to kill me when I'm right here. Because that's 16 blocks. I expect it to be slightly random, but here I'm up close and you're not doing anything. What if I run all the way back here now? You gonna take a shot? Take a shot? Take a shot? No? Oh, okay. So it appears to be more like 8 blocks than 16. However, I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that she was in a fenced-in area. What if I'm, like, all the way back here? That's, like, 16. You gonna throw something? Do you even know that I exist? Oh, you know. No, we're just gonna ignore me. If I get closer, though, you're gonna try and instant... Yep, look at that. I mean, I guess you can run and the potion will follow you up to 16 blocks away, but if you're just standing 16 blocks away, the witch doesn't really seem to care. That's my professional opinion, at least, because I am 100% a professional, obviously. Yeah, pretty weird the way that's working. Because it makes it seem like the witch should be throwing stuff at you if you're up to 16 blocks away. But, yeah, at 16 blocks, the witch doesn't care. So it's more like within 8. Anyway, for all of you add-on creators out there, under technical updates, a bunch of things have been moved from beta to API. So it seems like there are a bunch of features now available, or becoming available. It also, the whole Bedrock creator thing, which is kind of like a world painter setup for Bedrock Edition, but it's in a different app and stuff, so it's weird. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But that's got a few updates for entity things and whatnot. But yeah, these are all the actual in-game features. Of course, as always, the changelog is linked down below if you are curious in reading through the changes for yourself, or any of the technical updates, because I really don't know what's going on in technical updates most of the time anyway. But just scanning through, there didn't seem like there was anything very important for playing the game just to play the game. Anyways, this has been Mr. Gaming Aquatic. If you're curious in yesterday's 1.20.30 Minecraft Bedrock Edition update video, I will link that down in the description below. And I'll see you next time. Peace!